Bucs, baby.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web here on a happy edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And, of course, for fans of the Sports Web, the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. So how do we start off this good time on my favorite night of the week? Wednesday, sorry about the lateness. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we will talk about the Baker Mayfield contract situation because that's what everybody wants to talk about on the Sports Web. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to take your phone calls. We're going to go through what Ian Beckles had to say in case you missed that at the Tampa Bay Sports Expo, Card Expo that we had at the Florida State Fairgrounds. We'll go through those comments. Albert Breer had some comments about where he believes Mayfield stands at this point when it comes to other quarterbacks in the National Football League. And we will throw it out there for you, football fans and Bucs fans. Do you sign him or do you wait? It's that simple. And then anything else you want to talk about tonight, the phone lines are open. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Facebook stars are open. YouTube super chats are open. We're on Instagram Live tonight. Hello, Instagram Live. Hello, TikTok. 50 people watching right now on TikTok. You got to love that. I love TikTok. How is TikTok outdoing Facebook? How is TikTok outdoing YouTube right now? How is TikTok outdoing Instagram Live? Figure that out, webheads. Get back to me. But they're killing it tonight. They love the content. We're not playing around. I showed you last weekend. Am I starting off a little bit late tonight? Yeah. Am I a little bit tired? Yes. But look at what we delivered to you. I told you we would get some former Bucs on. We got some former Bucs on. We got Michael Pittman Sr. on. We got Hardy Nickerson on. Right? We told you and we delivered. We'll continue to deliver on this show. I promise you, we'll be back there in September, whatever. But I want to hear from you guys tonight. I want to take your phone calls. I want to hear what you have to say. So we'll go out to the webheads here on, of course, YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. So you have to write a comment in. Again, Facebook stars. Roses are out there, I guess. That's for what the TikTok thing is. Again, I'm kind of new to this, so I appreciate all the support. What's up, Peter Blake? What's up with you? How you doing? Go out to Tim again. Sign Baker 5 for 55. So there you go. Sign him. And for me, and again, here comes the phone calls. And then, of course, the Rays won today. Again, as they swept the Boston Red Sox. So we'll get back to the comments in a minute. Let's go out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Alex. Alex leading it off here on the Evolution
Peter,
of Sports Talk Television.
What's up, my brother?
What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Hey, listen, God bless and God bless the community. But I want to start with saying great work this weekend. That was some awesome content.
Thank you.
As I said Saturday, regardless of what the haters say, if you actually go back and watch the content that you gave out Saturday, on top of all the great guests that you had, you get the opportunity to learn some stuff that even me, just a normal fan, don't get the opportunity to know how football works, what goes on behind the scenes, how people get get brought up, all throughout football, throughout high school, college, up to the NFL. There's so much great content that was put out Saturday. So
Thank
I
you.
just want to start off by saying great job, awesome guests, and keep up the great work. And I look forward to seeing the show in September. I read your headline. Your headline said Baker Mayfield debate.
Well, yeah, Baker Mayfield debate, because I'm asking fans tonight, because there are a lot of fans on social media, and they know who they are, who want to move on from Mayfield, or they want to wait, or they want to cut their losses. And my comment or my question for Bucs fans tonight and webheads out there is, do you sign him, or do you wait until the end of the season to see how he performs? Or here's the other choice: do you just let him go at this point? Because there's some Bucs fans who actually want. Yes.
Yeah. So the Bucs are in a very interesting situation, and you have to. Everyone's saying sign him now, so it's a very tough spot because Baker Mayfield is very talented. He's very good as a Buccaneer, but he's very inconsistent.
Right.
I know his injuries have maybe caught up somewhat in the last season or two, but if he can keep them interceptions down, I think he could be an elite quarterback. I really do think so. But can you get it at the right price, right? So I know Baker Mayfield came out and said stuff like, listen, I think he said, once training camp starts, we're not going to have a discussion.
Right.
I think that's a little bold on Baker, with all due respect. I said this to you on your show on Saturday, which, by the way, again, great work.
Thank you.
I said that it's just a tough spot. It really is. But do you sign him now at a discount and take the risk, like we talked with Mr. Blake himself, Mr. Blake Anthony?
Yeah.
I said this to you guys on Saturday. I said, do you sign him now? Probably going to be no more than 3 years. I would do no more than 3 years. Okay. Probably going to cost you $50 million a year. That's about what.
It's starting at 50. It's starting at $50 million. I hate to break it to Bucs fans. Right, but that's the market right now. That's the quarterback market.
Yeah, right. That's the market for today's NFL.
Correct.
And I'm okay with that. But do it at a 3-year deal. Don't do something ridiculous like some long-term, like we all saw. Patrick Mahomes got the big extension today with KC. I'm sure you saw that.
Sure.
Don't do something stupid, ridiculous like that. But you also take the risk that you get the bad Baker, right? The interception Baker, the injury Baker. There's so much inconsistencies. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself this. And then I want to talk about something else real quick, and I'll get out of here for the night because I know I'm just people want to call in.
Sure.
If I'm the Buccaneers, for all those that are going to say, let him go, blah, 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 you're asking for a reset, and I promise you, you do not want that. If you knew this team had no offensive line, absolutely no defense, no weapons on offense, no wide receiver room, no running back, no nothing, okay, let Baker go, let's do a full-fledged reset. But we're not there. We actually are in a very good position. Get back that offensive line extremely healthy, which I think is going to come back this season. Get that defense revamped up, which I think you did, especially in the draft. Like I said, I think Ruben Bain's going to come in here. I think he's going to make an impact on the defense for the long term, not just the short term, but for the long term. And you're not in a reset mode, because you remember earlier this season you said, "Are we in a reset mode?" And I think after the draft, after the improvements that we have on defense, we're still locked in this division. I think we can still easily win this division. Based on the schedule, I think this is an 11-win team. I think this is still an 11-win team.
Right.
But $50 million a year.
That's where you start.
I'm not doing anything more than that.
Right.
I mean, if you want to do 50 million with incentives, sure. But I'm not doing anything ridiculous. Not for Baker, not for his inconsistencies, but three-year deal,
Mm-hmm.
40 to 50 million dollars is about right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do anything more than that. But I promise you, Bucs fans, I'll say this and then I'll go. You do not want to reset. Good luck with that. Because if you're going to sit there and say, let Baker go, you're asking for a reset and you're asking for it's going to be bad.
I'll throw this
Bucs
out
football.
there. I'll throw this out there. If you want to reset or if you want to move on from Baker Mayfield, who would you like to move on? Give me a name that you like to move on from Baker Mayfield, whether it's a vet free agent or whether it's somebody in the draft, because you're going to move on from Mayfield. Don't just throw it out there. Give me a name that you're going to move on from Baker Mayfield. Alex,
I personally don't think there's a better current option out there right now to replace Baker Mayfield. That's my personal opinion on it. I think Baker Mayfield fits this organization very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zach Robinson's going to come in here. He's going to do some stuff with the offense that you didn't see last season or season before.
Right.
And by the way, don't forget, that's something else you have to add into what's so good about Baker. And for everyone saying, just let him go. He's also had to work with, 4 straight new offensive coordinators. Mm-hmm. He worked with no offensive line last year, who was completely in shambles. He's given us a chance. Now, I will say this about the contract on Baker. I just wish Baker, and I kind of see what Blake, Mr. Blake was saying on Saturday.
Well, it wasn't just Blake. It was
the cockiness.
I don't think it was just Blake. I think it was Ian Beckles. We had him on, and he said it best. Maybe the Bucs should wait. The best thing for the Bucs
but
is
Baker
to wait.
needs to be humble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Baker has to understand to come out and give out a demand that's giving the same organization that completely revamped your career,
right?
A timeline,
right?
I think that's a far fetch.
All right, Alex, appreciate the call. Use the second
guys.
one, my friend. Yes,
thanks, Peter.
Absolutely. Yes, and the Rays won today. If you want to talk about that, we can definitely do that too. But I plan to speak about Bucs tonight. We'll talk more about the Rays because they are absolutely hot right now. Sweeping the Boston Red Sox. That's always a good thing. My roommate situation, Red Sox fan here. So that's bragging rights. So if you want to talk about your Rays, you could definitely do that. Anything is on the table. Again, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Game 4 of the NBA Finals right now, and it's not looking too good as for the New York Knicks at this point. Yikes. Not looking too good. So we'll keep you up to date on that score at this point. But the Knicks are up 2-1. They lose the other night. It looks like the series may be tied, but you know how that goes. The NBA is full of runs where the defense is optional, but there's no offense being played tonight by the New York Knicks because they're losing 62-38 to the San Antonio Spurs.
That's great enough to suck right there.
Yikes. All right. So we'll go on to TikTok here really quick. Comment from John Wayne. Thank you very much for commenting there. Hello, Tampa Bay Buccaneers for life, 54. Thank you so much for 13. Thank you so I think who is that? Is that Mr. Williams out there? Whoever that is, thank you very much for the comment. Tammy Young, thank you very much for the roses. I guess they're diamonds. Shine bright like a diamond. Thank you very much for that. So let's go out to Instagram Live. No comments out there right now. So we'll continue to read comments here on Facebook, YouTube, all these other social media platforms. Before I get out to that, because I'm getting ahead of myself at this point, this show is brought to you by Up the Block Barbershop. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. You like the cut? I hope you do. Whether it's a haircut, a beard trim, a fade, they got you covered. Go see Ricky and all the talented and fine barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop and tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. Also, Bucs fans, you said that you wanted Bucs content every day. And listen, I would love to give you the sports web every day. And I try to do that. But Bucs latest, that's the test. Bucs latest on YouTube, 11 a.m., a part of the Fan Arch Network. Let's go out to Mr. Williams. I thought that was you, Mr. Williams. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
All right, man. I really agree on what the last caller said.
Okay, you want to sign Baker Mayfield?
But it ain't a nut like that. I give him a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
$50 million.
3-year deal at this point. What if Mr. Williams, what if he wants a 4-year deal? Do you give him a 4-year deal with $210 million total? Do you do that?
Well, right. Baker is worth it to me
okay.
Because he worked through a lot of adversity since we had him here. He played through injuries and everything.
Right.
I say all these haters talk about get past, drop him. No. Who else out there? Nobody.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Again, this is what I'll throw out there, and I'm not saying it's not wrong for the Bucs to wait. Maybe they do wait it out. Maybe Baker Mayfield waits it out because you know what? He wants to bet on himself. That's what he's done. And listen, this is kind of the risk that you run here, Mr. Williams. If you don't sign him in this offseason, which I think Jason Light and crew want to do in the first place, right? So let's say you don't sign him, and Baker Mayfield goes into training camp under the contract and making $40 million a year. And let's say he outperforms that, the Bucs can still franchise him, or they're going to sign him to a major contract that's going to be a lot more than what it was previously thought of. Or Baker Mayfield doesn't have a good year, and you can figure out if you're going to once again franchise him, sign him to a smaller contract, or move on and go your separate ways at this point. So there's a couple options you can look at, but for right now, for you being a Bucs fan, watching this team for how many years now? How many years, Mr. Williams, have you watched the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Steve Young and Doug Williams.
Time?
Yeah, you know, long time, man.
Yeah.
And I'm 54 years old.
Right.
I mean, 53.
Yeah.
But, man, like I say, we got to keep Baker. Jason Wright is going to do, he's going to do the unthinkable.
Okay.
And we're going to come to a good conclusion with Baker.
Okay.
So he will be up on the center come September.
All right. Well, I definitely think that he's under contract at this point. There's no doubt he's not going to be under center in September. So it's definitely going to happen.
Because they got a game on my birthday.
Oh, they got a game on your birthday. When's your birthday, boss?
September 13th.
September 13th. All right. They do have a game on your birthday.
Yeah, man. I will be 54 years old.
54 years old, my friend. Happy birthday. I'm not singing to you, by the way. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to hurt everybody's ears.
And I'm waiting to see that wide receiver, though. And I'm waiting to see that offense.
Well, I definitely think that's one of the positions that you're going to have to watch for. It's wide receiver for me with the emerging talent there, of course, with the departure of Mike Evans.
Yes.
It's also cornerback who's going to be on the outside. Looks like it's going to be Jacob Parrish and Benjamin Morrison fighting that out there. Keontae Scott going to the nickel and slot, if you will. And then we'll see what's going to happen with this linebacking position. I think that's also another position battle that you're going to watch.
Yeah, right. Because the guy came from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put him over there where Levante was.
I think that's what's going to happen. Alex Anzalone is definitely going to be able to solidify your coverage. All right, Mr. Williams, what else here on the evolution?
Hey, man, and
health-wise, you good?
Yeah, man, for sure, man. I thank y'all for all y'all prayers, brother.
Hey, we appreciate it, man. We prayed for you here on the Sports Web.
Man, tell Harry, man.
You know that Harry's
looking
never
for
going to
him.
get your wings, so we're going to have to make some type of arrangement here where we get a sports web meeting. We get you out for your wings, Mr. Williams. Appreciate the time
Yeah,
as
man.
always. Use the second call, all right, my friend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let Harry come.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Number love, man.
All right, man. Absolutely. Let's go out to Abraham. Abraham, welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a happy
Hump day.
edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Sign Baker or wait or not at all. What's your choice? Once again, welcome to the Sports Web.
I would sign him, show him, show him some good faith.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can't play this kind of game with our franchise quarterback because sign him. Yeah, his flaws can be corrected with good coaching,
Right.
as evident with Dave Canales and Liam Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Josh Rizal was the guy to work with Baker in that offense.
I think you're right about that, especially when your coach says again, and I keep on going back to us, he's 2 or 3 years away. Okay, so that's and again, you get those weapons back, and you're not able to get your weapons open. You're not able to get your playmakers the ball consistently, and I think that's what people have to look at. Getting a Zach Robinson, what the Bucs are anticipating is trying to get back to that Liam Cohen offense, and we remember what the former offensive coordinator, now coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, brought. You had Baker Mayfield, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. You had a top 5, top 10 unit. If you can get back to that, then I think you're in business. And again, I think the sky's the limit.
I would sign him and to a long-term extension so that, you got a guaranteed quarterback for a while.
Yeah.
And then sign work around his contract to find the other pieces that we need to keep long-term.
Right.
That's the plan.
Well, I'm
would do.
gonna definitely go into something here when you get off the phone here, because I'm gonna read what Albert Breer had to say yesterday of Sports Illustrated. He made an interesting point in that the Bucs usually don't do business early. They usually do it late. So I'm gonna get into that. What else is on your mind tonight, my friend?
Oh yeah, I just saw a Reddit comment by Brent. Brent, dude, get a life. You hate Baker, that's your problem.
Yeah, Brent's
he
not
had one bad year.
Yeah, Brent's
Dude.
not a big time Baker Mayfield fan, that's for sure.
That's your problem, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing. We had a really good Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Fun times,
The whole
right?
team, including Frozen Fire Podcast, Louis.
Yes.
It was great collaborating with him and Blake Anthony, and then getting all these players, interacting with all these players. Especially me bringing you Michael Pittman and Artie Nicholson.
Love it. Thank you.
And Reggie Barlow. That was really great.
Yep.
And it was an amazing time as always.
It was.
Expo.
It
Fire
was,
Expo.
and we will be live there in September. I believe it's September 18th and 20th, so we'll start to promote that in the next couple months, and we'll see who we can get. And I promise, we really tried to get Bucky Irving. We really tried to get Simeon Rice, and we'll try to get them on if they come out next time. I've been trying Bucky for the last couple of times.
Simeon said get you next time.
Well, there you
Bucky,
go.
I didn't want to approach him. I said hi to him and all that. I didn't want to ask him. I asked him last year.
Right.
I just feel like he's dealing with some issues that he doesn't want to deal with people in general or talk.
Well,
So-
I mean, of course, he doesn't want to talk about the injury situation because that's what everybody wants to talk about at this point. So he's not doing interviews. And again, it remains to be seen if he's going to be back and when he's going to be back at this juncture. Todd Bowles says summer and then it's fall. So again, it remains to be seen when he's going to come back. But, the Bucs may have to depend on Kenneth Gainwell at first. They may have to depend on Sean Tucker. But I feel like once they get back Bucky Irving, this team is different. They're more dynamic. He's a dynamic running back. You get him out in space. He can make things happen. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. And that's exactly what you want to get back to, that top 5, top 10 unit. And the way you do that is by having Irving included in that. Appreciate the call, Abraham. Anything else here on the evolution, my friend?
Oh yeah. So, based on what I heard about J-Mac, I look for a big, strong year out of Jalen McMillan this yeyear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After that freak injury he had last year, that's it.
Well, he may be the guy that you're looking at this point that could actually be be the reason why you're excited about it. Everybody's talking about Emeka Egbuka and Tez Johnson and Chris Godwin Jr. at this point, but nobody seems to be talking about Jalen McMillan. He's coming back fully healthy, and we know that when he feels comfortable, which he's felt in the past with this team, especially that second half of the year in 2024, that he's a different player. He could definitely be a playmaker that shows out that nobody, once again, is talking about. We talk about it on this show. Appreciate the call, Abraham. All right.
No problem.
All right. And by the way, Abraham, thanks a lot for that find there. You went to our friends there at Joe Bucs Fan. We appreciate you shouting out the Sports Web when it comes to Hardy Nickerson. I love that. Absolutely love that. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But let me go out to this. This from Pat Kerwin of Sirius XM Radio. Of course, former linebacker coach and personnel chief for the Jets. He says, and this again is in care of our friends there, Joe Bucs Fan. He says the problem is right above them. There's one spot, and it's Daniel Jones, 2-year deal, short term at $44 million a year. And then there's just because it's a 2-year deal, I also want to throw it out, but I'll leave it there. Right above Baker, Sam Darnold, who, by the way, won a Super Bowl. And people were ruling him out and saying he turns the ball over way too much, like Mayfield and this and that. Remember, Mayfield beat Sam Darnold and that Seattle Seahawks team on the road 38-35. Just saying. Could Baker Mayfield be the next Sam Darnold? We'll see. We'll start right away at $50 million a year. Anytime you're doing a 3 to 4 year deal, you're in the 50s. Jared Goff is at $53 million a year. He might move up from that. Jordan Love is at $55. We know Patrick Mahomes is now at $64 million. Congratulations to him. So again, the suggestion is Mayfield to sign a deal similar to what the Green Bay Packers gave Jordan Love. 4 years, $222 million, or what the Detroit Lions gave Jared Goff, 4 years, $212 million. In fact, let's see here. The analyst said, so split it and call it 54. Mayfield is currently the 15th highest paid quarterback in the league, just behind Sam Darnold, who will make $500,000 more in 2026, and ahead of Justin Herbert, who makes $3 million less. Again, keep on going back to the numbers. For me, it's all about numbers. 95 touchdowns, 37 interceptions. He's outperformed that $30 million. He's going to make $40 million this year. So you're going to have to figure out if you're going to pay him or not. The question for the night, for Bucs fans, for football fans alike, sign Baker Mayfield, wait, or cut your losses. There's your third choice. And if you're going to cut your losses, you're going to move on from Mayfield, give me a choice. Give me a draft pick. Give me a quarterback that you think would be better than Mayfield. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Plenty of comments here. Let's see. Is this Courtney? Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hi to you there on TikTok. Appreciate that as always. Let's see. Okay. What is this? Hold on a sec. Well, I don't know what that is. Appeal that. Okay. Okay. I don't know. That's weird. Okay. So thank you very much for tuning in right there. I don't know what that was. Let me go out to Instagram Live. J Mode, YDC, curious how much he wants. I want to keep Baker, but man, the money some of these players want is crazy. The market gets so overpriced just because one of those two guys gets a big deal. Don't always deserve it. Would love to keep him in a reasonable salary that keeps him happy and still allows us the cap space to get and keep other key players and win a Super Bowl this year, and you got it. Well, I know, and there's a lot of people that are saying that at this juncture. I know, people are saying, well, the reason why you don't pay Baker Mayfield, $50 million or more is because he hasn't won a Super Bowl. I'm glad you said that, because the quarterbacks that are in front of him that are making that much money right now, besides Sam Darnold, right? Because he's gonna get some big time money. But Josh Allen, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, right? Lamar Jackson, he hasn't won a Super Bowl at this point. Deshaun Watson, he hasn't won a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott has not won a Super Bowl. So everybody's saying win a Super Bowl first, that's what you get. That's what the market determines. My question to Bucs fans out there, what do you say? 727-255-0391. 0391. It's 727-255-0391. That's what it comes down to. This is your night tonight. You call up and tell me what you would do when it comes to Baker Mayfield. And I'll continue to read these comments. Now, this from Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, talking about the Baker Mayfield contract situation. He says the most basic piece of the looming negotiation, and you'll see in the second why I call it a looming negotiation, is that the quarterback wants to be in Tampa, and the Bucs want Mayfield as their starting quarterback for the foreseeable future. Most of the time when these two conditions exist at the particular position, a deal gets worked out. That's because having your quarterback in place and under contract is too important for those involved not to find a resolution, right? He said, I've talked to a couple of prominent agents on Friday to get their takes, and the comps they raised were Jared Goff, Tua, and Brock Purdy. In each case, they emphasized the importance of what Mayfield would get in the first 3 years of a new deal, the portion that would have guarantees in it. The agents agreed that the baseline should be $50 million per a year over the first 3 years of the deal, and the new money, APW, which is annual per year, which is how most deals are publicly measured, higher than that. Also, Breer has pointed this out with the Bucs' history. Remember this, right? Last year, Tampa Bay extended right tackle Luke Gedeke on when? September 2nd. Cornerback Zion McCollum when? On September 5th. The year before, they inked left tackle Tristan Wirfs to a monster 5-year, $140 million extension. And when? Early August. So everybody's saying, there's a contract deadline. I get that. There may be a contract deadline according to Baker Mayfield and his people, or this may be, once again, leverage. Do you honestly think that Mayfield and his camp, if the Bucs are negotiating with him on great terms and they give him the money that he's looking for, that he's not going to sign that contract? Come on, guys. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to a Remax mode performance. He's already expensive. Baker carries roughly a $40 million cap hit in 2026 and is reportedly seeking a deal that could push it into $50 million per year range. Yeah, that's the going rate for quarterbacks these days. This is called inflation. This is what it's all about. This is what your quarterback is going to get. I mean, again, if you're going to move on from him, then who are you going to move on to? That's my question to Bucs fans. Or do you wait? Do you wait out? Do you think Baker Mayfield wants to wait this out? My partner, JP Peterson, mentioned it. The Bucs didn't sign a lot of free agents, not the big free agents. So what if Baker Mayfield doesn't know this Bucs team wants to win right away? So maybe that's the reason why he's hesitant in signing a contract. Maybe that's what the reason is. Maybe he's not going to sign a contract this year. I'm asking you fans right now. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. One great run in Tampa doesn't erase the ups and downs he had before arriving here. But if we're basing this all off of his history, that's not fair. Let's look at the body of work and what he's done with the Bucs the last 3 years. Has he won NFC South crowns? Yes, he has. Has he won a playoff game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Yes, he has. Has he performed over that contract, the expectations of that contract at $30 million? Yes, he has. Ask Booger McFarland of ESPN. He said it just a couple months ago. He's outperformed that contract. You've gotten a bargain with a player that you got off the scrap heap at first for $4 million? Was it $8 million? Was it $5 million with incentives at the time? And then they re-signed him to an extension. The NFC South has been one of the weaker divisions in football during Tampa's recent division title run. That's fine. That's fine. That's how it goes. That's the way it is. Sorry. That's the way it is. That's the way the division is. You win the division. I get it. They didn't win last year. And there's a big time bad taste in everybody's mouth at this point because of the 2-7 finish. But let's not sit here and deny that Baker Mayfield has not been one of the best, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Not just the NFC South, not just the NFC, in the league. Look at the numbers. I'll throw it out there again. My guys there, Joe Bucs fan, they killed it. They said, compare the last couple years with Josh Allen. The numbers are astonishing. You know what the difference is? Josh Allen got a coach fired and has more turnovers in the postseason. The numbers are similar, and Josh Allen just got a contract extension. You don't think Baker Mayfield and his people are looking at that? Come on, man. Come on. All right, Baker has more touchdowns and yards than Mahomes in the last 2 years. Boom. There it is. Jamie. Thanks a lot, Jamie, for chiming in. Appreciate you. Let's see. If Baker has another big season, he'll get paid. Waiting doesn't hurt him or the team. You may be right. You may be exactly right. What do you Bucs fans think? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 on a happy
Hump Day
edition. I don't know if I got a chance to say this again, though. This right here, this is your daily Bucs content. Go to YouTube. Bucs Latest every day, 11 a.m., a part of the Fan Arts Network. 10 to 15 minutes. I know it's not like the sports web, but we give you 10 to 15 minutes to comment, and we give you the Bucs stories of the day. Every day, 5 days a week. How can you go wrong? Including a Fan Friday, where I actually dress down and I read fan comments, and it doesn't matter how many comments there is, positive or negative, usually positive, but, there's some negative ones. And you know who you are. Look what to the Carter agency there, giving us the opportunity to be on TikTok. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let me go out to Jamie again. Welcome. Absolutely. I think that's the Bucs warrior right there. Second half of the season, Baker also played with a hurt shoulder. He had to force throws because he didn't want to run. Yeah, he didn't want to run, and he didn't trust his offensive line. Remember that? So thank you very much to the Carter agency right there. We appreciate them because it's more than just a game. We're not playing games here on the Evolution. But he's exactly right. He had an oblique injury, shoulder injury. We remember hearing from Levante David, the team leader right there, the guy that retired. He said Baker Mayfield fought through all those injuries. That guy's playing through injuries. He's putting it 100% out there on the line. I get it. He's got his faults. He's not a perfect quarterback. Never said he was a perfect quarterback. I said he's got to work on it. He's got to work on alleviating those big time hits. He's got to work on it. The Bucs got to do a better job of protecting him. He's not without flaws, but to sit here and say he's just a bum, I mean, do you want some of the teams? Because we're going to that. There are already projections of teams wanting to go out there and sign a Baker Mayfield. You don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers, with their quarterback situation in flux right now with Aaron Rodgers, what is he, 185 years old? After this season, he's going to retire. Who's your quarterback? Howard out of Ohio State. Who else is your quarterback there? With the young guy, you don't think they would like to bring back Baker Mayfield in that division versus the Cleveland Browns? What about the Minnesota Vikings? The greatness of Kyler Murray, who's never been realized at this point, and J.J. McCarthy. Who knows what he's got? They moved on from Sam Darnold. Remember how that worked out? They got 14 wins, and they said, oh, yeah, we got a good enough team. All we got to do is put a quarterback around him. Oops. That didn't work out too well, did it? In fact, you got a general manager fired. I mean, these are the kind of decisions right now that you're looking at from the standpoint of this can get you hired or fired just like that. So you got to be careful. We hear from Jason Light the last couple of months. He wants to sign him. What's the contract figures? Where are they going? Is it going to be, I don't think it's going to be anything. I think it's going to be north of $50 million. Sorry to say, I don't know where the common ground is at this point. That's where Jason Light and for Mike Greenberg and all those guys over to figure this out. They'll figure it out though. And they sign their own players. They take care of their own players. So it's not like I think this is gonna, drone on. Like I don't. Like they'll get it done eventually. I'm just surprised at the response of a lot of Bucs fans at this point. So the question for the night, we'll throw it out there again. What do you do with Baker Mayfield? Do you sign him? Do you wait? Or do you move on from him completely? Phone lines are open. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Live there on TikTok, just killing it. Love it. 77 people watching. Love it. Right now we're on Facebook and YouTube, so we'll continue to read some of these comments that we haven't read. Facebook stars are open, YouTube super chats. Give to Diamonds there. The Diamonds are on TikTok. Appreciate you, Tammy Young, again. Appreciate that. If you like the content, give to the content. All right. Let's continue to read comments. King Cook 1485. What's good, Peter? Happy hump day, sir. Happy hump day to you.
Hump day.
Let's go out to King Cook. What's good, Webhead Nation? Yes. Thank you. Who does Baker think he is? He thinks he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league, which, again, you look at the numbers, he is. He mentioned it in the presser on Friday. Remember? The Bucs gave him a chance, and he's provided himself. He's been able to provide what he's been put out there too. And he just, like everybody else, his camp wants what's best for their client. Baker Mayfield wants the contract value. You're good at your job, right? I'm good at my job. I want to be paid like I'm good at my job. I'm not taking less money to what? I mean, maybe you take less money and when you're in a situation where it's like a Brady situation, right? So you're trying to sign players, you're trying to restructure. You can get that done if you want to, like Patrick Mahomes did, and now he's getting $64 million. Like, he's the top quarterback now. Why is he the top quarterback? Because out of all the quarterbacks, how many Super Bowls he's won? Was it like 3 already? So you get what you're worth. Whatever somebody's willing to pay you, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to take less. Unless, of course, again, you're signing players or something along those lines, which may come in the future at this point. But he wants to get his value. Got to get it. Get the money. Show me the money, right? 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Let's go out to Izzy 47. When was the last time the Bucs drafted an elite quarterback? It has happened. We haven't had now we have a top 10 quarterback now. Yeah, that's my problem. And, being a long-suffering Bucs fan that has watched this team throughout the years, right? I've watched them for a long time when it comes to trying to get a quarterback. And it doesn't always work out in your favor. It doesn't work out. The Bucs traditionally are better when they get a veteran quarterback. And they got one now. And stop saying he's 32 years old, because he's not. He's 31 years old. Stop aging the guy to fit your narrative, because it's weak. It's weak sauce, and it's not right. Let's go out to Sun Devil Dave. All right, Sun Devil, let's hear from you. Welcome to the Evolution.
Great, John. Thank you for wasting my time, and goodbye forever.
Absolutely. Thank you for wasting my time, buddy. How you doing?
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day. Yes, happy hump day. There you go, right there. Good stuff.
I know I missed your Saturday and Sunday shows. I'm gonna look.
How could you listen?
Videos.
And the videos are there. We put them up there. I put more videos up. We got Michael Pittman, Sr. going up there, talking about his kid, talking about John Gruden. Some great comments from him. We got Ian Beckles. We got Hardy Nickerson. We got Reggie Barlow. I mean, plenty of stuff to put up and go back. I mean, it was over 5 hours of content on Saturday interviewing former Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we had Troy Hambrick.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you did. I saw the guys from the Caddyshack too, right?
Yes, we had Caddyshack on there too.
Crazy.
It was nice. Very cool, right?
Great job on that.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll try to get out there later this year. But looking at the whole Baker Mayfield situation now, I want to throw a number out to you. So, what do you believe in your mind? I mean, seeing Baker these last 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. What do you believe he's worth as far as an annual salary? Just throw a number up here. And your heart, mind, and soul. What is Baker Mayfield worth?
52 million.
51.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that would be a steal.
Right.
That would be a steal, because looking at the top 10, remember we talked about this last week?
Yeah.
Jackson, Herbert, Purdy. Prescott's getting 60 million, Allen 55, Burrow 55, on and on and on. Lawrence, Love, Tua, all those guys are getting more than 50 million a year.
Yeah.
So I put Baker in that top 10, compared to like Lawrence, Love, Burrow, Tua, Goff, Purdy, Herbert. You think is overrated, right? Lamar Jackson hasn't gone to Super Bowl yet. If we're getting him for less than 50 million, I think that's a steal.
I mean, again, I go back to this point here, Sun Devil. Everybody wants to talk about Super Bowls, but the quarterbacks in front of them haven't won any Super Bowls either. Dak Prescott hasn't won squat. Josh Allen hasn't won squat. Lamar Jackson hasn't won squat, and consequently, these are the players. Trevor Lawrence hasn't won
Jordan
squat.
Love, I mean, he had a good run, but he lost to the Bears in that
squats.
first round.
Hasn't won anything. These quarterbacks have not won anything they're paid $50 million and up. So this whole point of emphasis of, well, hasn't won anything. Well, neither of the previous other quarterbacks are getting paid either. They're not won anything either.
What do we pay for him in 2023? $8 million?
Yeah, it was $8 million. It was $8 million. I thought it was $8 million.
2024.
We got $33 million.
33. So he got 33, and 8, right?
Yeah, it's getting $40 million this year. Yeah.
That's about $74 million for 3 years.
Right.
That's about almost $27 million a year. So basically, we got Baker for 3 years, $27 million a year, and he performed better than a lot of guys getting $55, $60 million a year. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You're looking at a basically undervalued, but basically he got half of what those other guys have, and he did just as well. Right. So even if we get him at 45 to 50 million, if he agrees to 45 to 50 million, and maybe the Bucs management say, okay, we're going to go after this guy, or maybe we'll grab another edge rusher, or we'll do something before the season. I mean, it probably won't be a sexy pick like, getting the kid from the Browns or was it Garrett?
Right.
So we're not going to get the sexy pick, but if maybe they look at making some concessions during, maybe they pull off something before the season starts, or maybe they give them some, extra help. Say, okay, if you take 45 to 50, 47 million, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And I think that would still be a steal compared to what, like you said, inflation, what the market bears. You got 10 guys ahead of them that really haven't won jack squat. And not won a Super Bowl, and they're getting paid over $50 million a year.
I think it's comical. You mentioned this because people are going, well, I'd rather have Josh Allen at this point. Josh Allen in the 10 turnovers. What was it? 10 turnovers in the postseason?
Yeah.
He's talented. He could do lots of.
Yeah, I think he had 4 fumbles in that last game, right?
Right.
In the game he lost to the Chiefs.
Right, and you got the coach fired. You got the coach fired.
So, I mean,
right.
You had Baker for 3 years at average of $27 million a year. Yeah, he went 1 and 2 in the playoffs. He gave you 2 division titles.
Yeah,
and basically a double doink. We lost on a doink to the Commanders.
Yep,
that wasn't really his fault. So, I mean, really looking at it, that was a steal. Of his performance for $27 million compared to guys that they're paying double for, like Dak Prescott, who's getting $60 million.
Yeah,
I'll take Baker at $50 million any day of the week.
I think you would. I definitely think you would because again,
you chill out.
Plays with a lot of heart.
Here.
Yeah,
he agrees to.
Got a big time bargain. Absolutely agree with that. All right, what else, Sun Devil Dave?
We got. I think we got the Spurs destroying the Knicks tonight.
Yeah, that doesn't look 20? It doesn't look good for the Knicks right now. It looks like everybody was saying Knicks in 4, and now it looks like the series is going to be tied up at 2.
They're saying when you're looking at the court, the most composed, the most athletic, and the most intelligent player on that court is the youngest player, Wemby. He's just amazing.
He is. He's definitely the future of the NBA. I didn't like the tactics the other night when he's throwing. He did a little. I think he's trying to make a statement. Jalen Brunson around. Yeah. Well, there's no reason for that. There's no business in that at all. That's
it all evens out.
Yeah.
They'll send somebody out tonight to kind of keep them in check. But it looks like it's going to be a 2-2, and then they're going back to San Antonio on Saturday. We'll see what happens for Game 5. But pretty exciting. We got World Cup starting tomorrow, too. Big World Cup matches.
You're a World Cup fan?
I watched. Every 4 years I get into soccer. I love World Cup.
I never gotten into it. Everybody's trying to get me into soccer. I've never got into it. I'm sorry.
I love
never.
It. So try to spend a couple. Watch the USA. I think they're on Friday at 6 o'clock.
Friday at 6 o'clock. All right.
And then also, I hate to bring this up. I'm going against my commitment. I made a commitment, so I'm going to break it. I'm going to have to mention this. The UFL is having their playoffs Saturday, I believe.
I shouted you out, by the way, because I was talking to Reggie Barlow, and and he's Tennessee State head coach. He's former Bucs wide receiver, Raiders, and Jacksonville Jaguars. Right. But he was also, interesting to note, he was the coach of the DC Defenders, and I shouted him out and even said, I said, good luck to the DC Defenders, and sure enough, they defeat the Orlando Storm, who were the top team. So now they could win it again. We'll see if the DC defense. So I did keep track just for you. There's your UFL.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yes, they're in it again. I think they're having the playoff Saturday. So I think they raised one, so they're still in first place. That's good.
They did still win. Yes, they swept the Red Sox. It was nice.
And
yes,
the Cubs are playing very cubbish. They're stumbling and bumbling. They went from looking at World Series bound in early May. Now they're barely at 500 and they're almost in last place again. So it's called being cubbish. So we'll see what happens.
All right, my friend.
We'll see how the rest of the week. Thanks again for a great show.
Thank you.
Are you gonna stay until 11 tonight?
We'll see. We'll definitely see because I got off to a late start. So we'll see if we stay on. But I definitely want to stay on for a little bit. I want to hear from more. So you would sign him. What kind of contract would you sign Baker Mayfield to?
Like I said, I would say if he agrees to $45 to $50 million, that's still a great bargain for me.
Okay.
Compared to those other 10 clowns ahead of him that didn't do diddly squat,
Right.
So he's better than Sunshine and Lamar Jackson.
Sunshine. I love Sunshine. Sunshine from Remember the Titans, favorite football movie.
There you go.
Favorite football movie of all time. Yeah.
But again, great work.
Thank
I'm glad
you.
You had a great time. Some excellent work over the weekend. I'll try to catch up on the videos. So have a great day. Thank you for wasting my time and goodbye forever.
There you go. Appreciate you. He's done right there. Open phone line 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. The question for the night for Bucs fans: sign Baker Mayfield or wait or cut your losses at this point. Looks like the Knicks could be on their way to a loss as they tried to make a run here, but the Spurs are handily winning this right now. Let me give you a score update so you don't have to go anywhere because I know there's lots of NBA fans out there. And how could you do this show? 81-59. Yikes.
That's clear enough to suck right there.
Come on, Knicks. Get it together at this point. It looks like they're going to blow that 2-0 lead, and that's the reason why you got to watch the NBA Finals, right? Because you just never know. Again, 78 people tuning in there on TikTok. Appreciate you as always. Instagram Live is popping right now. So we'll continue to read comments, and we'll get into what Ian Beckles had to say. Again, question for the night: sign Baker Mayfield or wait or cut your losses? And if you're going to cut your losses, who are you going to move on to as the Knicks get a big 3 there right now, 81-59. I think that's the score right there. And who is in the building? Yep, that's right. That is Taylor Swift going from Cleveland to the New York Knicks. So maybe they have her in the building tonight for some luck. I have no idea. Who cares? T Knowles, you care. Bring the contract, bring the cash. Just don't bring any nonsense. Let's go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
By the way, I just want to throw this out there. Some breaking news for you guys out there, some Bucs fans, some webheads. It is June 10th, 2026, and Todd Bowles is still your head coach.
It's exciting.
It is exciting, Todd.
Fire the cannon!
Absolutely,
How
we
about
will.
them Bucks, baby?
Go Bucs. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go out to King Cook 1485. We're going to end up paying him, though. No need to panic, Bucs Nation. There you go. Chris Cole says, evening, everyone. Evening to you.
Oh, yeah.
Always appreciate Chris Cole there doing his thing over the weekend, going to the beach. Hopefully you get an opportunity to watch the replays back because we got all that content. 5.5 hours of Sports Web on Saturday, live from the Expo, and then another 2 to 3 hours on Sunday without guests, but collaboration. Teamwork makes the dream work with Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49 and Blake Sports, Louie from the Frozen Pirate podcast, and of course, Abraham was out there too. King Cook 1485. Everyone knows Light and the Glazers are going to give Baker that money unless he gets hurt in training camp and the rookie Daniels takes off. I mean, that's been a big time story, right? Jalen Daniels. That's the reason why you may move on from your third string quarterback and Connor Bazelak, who they liked. They just re-signed him 3 months ago. They really like this kid, but there's something there with Daniels. They saw something. They scheduled him for a 30 visit. One of those 30 visits. I don't think it's 30 for 30, but it's 30 visit. They thought he was going to get drafted. He's undrafted, and the Bucs have nothing but great things to say about him. And he's been like 6-year, starter. Got a lot of athleticism at this point. He's got a lot of potential. Yeah, he definitely may challenge for that third quarterback. I know it's crazy, third quarterback, but you may be watching for it. And then a couple of years, maybe the backup. Maybe he's a future piece. We'll see. But good stuff there. Appreciate it. Let's go out to Tim. Sign Baker. If it's F it. It's not my money. It's not your money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm absolutely amazed. Completely amazed of how people are saying, well, you can't sign him to this because you don't know what the listen. I went on this show before. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. The salary cap to me is like the national deficit. We talk about this all the time, how there's no money to do this, no money to do that, and they still got money. They find a way. NFL every year, the contracts go up, the salary cap goes up. Where's the money come from? Oh my God, the TV. Where's the money come from? Oh, because the fans are going to watch it on Monday and Thursday and Friday and internationally and on Black Friday. Of course, you're going to watch it on Black Friday. You're not a shopper like me. If I'm off, I'm watching football. I'm not shopping. Shopping where? I go into a store. Listen, when I do holiday shopping, my friends, I wait to Christmas Eve. True story, Christmas Eve. Why? I don't know. I like the chaos, I guess. I like, to run around like a moron at the last minute and just try to grab something. So I'm not shopping on Black Friday. They know that the majority of men are not shopping on Black Friday. They know the significant other is shopping. Here you go, sweetheart, like the Jetsons. Here's my card. Here's my wallet. There you go. Go shopping. Okay, well, the NFL goes, we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to take major advantage of that. We're going to have a major contract with Netflix. You're going to watch. Of course you are. You're going to watch on Peacock. Of course you are. It's football. Everybody's saying, well, there's so many people not going to watch football. Oh, my God, they're not going to watch football. It's like the politics. We don't bring politics in there. I'm never watching football again. Yeah, right. That lasts for like 10 minutes. And then it's back to watching football. Come on. So, the point is, it's not your money. I mean, we like to sit here and say we can control it, right? We're going to sit here. I'm going to give you the choice. You want to sign them? You want to cut them loose? You want to move on to somebody else? Give me a name. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. If you're going to move on, give me a name. Don't just throw something out. Well, we draft a quarterback. Arch Manning, going to get Arch Manning? You're going to be that bad? You think this Bucs team is going to be that bad with all the talent on this team? You really think? I sound like my father right now. My father's probably shaking his head. He used to tell me, you really think? Yeah, you really think here, Peter Blake, that this team is not going to be good or this team's going to be good? As I tried to convince my father that the team was going to be good, was never good. You really think this team is going to be that bad to get an Arch Manning or one of these top quarterbacks? You're going to have to absolutely suck.
Shut up!
You're going to have to absolutely suck.
That's good enough to suck right there!
Exactly. To get one of these top quarterbacks. I don't think they're going to suck. I'm sorry to tell you. I think the Bucs are more of that 6-2 team, right? Than they were the 2-7. Again, the eternal optimist in me. Take it for what it is. I watched this team a long time. They got lots of talent. The cupboard isn't bare. Not by any means. Mike Evans left. I get it. Everybody disappointed about that. We talked about it. I think they're better without him. I do. I'll take your money. I'll take a bet on it. That Bucs offense is going to be better. Mark it down. Book it. Top 5, top 10. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. So, yeah, I mean, it's not your money. It's not my money. And the NFL always has money. That's the point. They're just raking in the money. Rake it up, right? Like the kids say. Where's that money at? Rake it up. There it is. That's all I got. All right, so let's go on to TikTok here. Let's go on to to Dast Wen. I believe that is Miss D right there. Appreciate you tuning in. She says, Peter, thanks a lot. All the love out there, TikTok. Appreciate all the roses tonight. But yeah, the point is that everybody talks about the salary cap and how your salary cap hell, and the Bucs were supposed to be in salary cap hell because they got Tom Brady, and now Brady's gone. They're going to go back to the doldrums and the dark ages and doom and gloom, and the sky is falling and everything like that. And it's all nonsense because Jason Light and crew, they know what they're doing over there. You could sit there and talk about all you want to about some of the mistakes or some of the hits and misses that Jason Light has had. But please keep the same energy, right? Keep the same energy, as the kids would say, as I continue to go by. I like that. I like keeping the same energy. Because when you call it out, when you call out accountability, keep the same energy. People don't want to do that. They don't want to do it. Like, keep the same energy when it comes to his hits. Keep the same energy for the contract extensions that he's been able to do. And it goes back to last year. Luke Gedeke was signed late. Zion McCollum was signed late. Who's to say that Baker Mayfield can't be signed late? There you go. There you go. That's funny. I like that text message. I'll definitely get back to you. All right, go Carolina Hurricanes. I told y'all it was our year. Series tied up at 2, going back to Raleigh. Good series there. This was looking like it was going to be a good series, or a good series for the Knicks, and right now it is not. It's good for nothing because the Knicks are losing 81-65, 4:35 left in the third quarter. So there's still time for them to make a run. Spurs just scored again, 82-65. As I'm a little bit late here. So we'll keep you up to date on that. We'll see if we go to 11 o'clock tonight. Sorry about the late start. Sometimes it happens. Yes, but like I said, on this show, keep the same energy. If you're going to come on here, Brent, and talk about how bad Baker Mayfield played last year in the second half, please, pretty please, do the same thing if he plays well this year in the first half or the whole season. Or if he has a comeback year. Again, 26-11, nothing to write home about, but it's not the worst, but it's not where you want a franchise quarterback to play. Mahomes is worth $500 million extension, though. It's a difference. For his team, yeah, I agree. But he's also gotten hurt. He also hasn't won a Super Bowl in the last couple of years. To many Bucs fans, that would say, you know what? He doesn't win a Super Bowl. He got hurt. He's a bum. Listen, this is not me saying it. This is Bucs fans on social media. I go on social media because it is a toxic place sometimes, and I got to stop doing that because, again, you see all the gray hair in the first place. This is the reason why. All the social media, all the trolling over and over again when it comes to talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not going anywhere. Like, bad year. Okay, had a bad year. Congratulations. Welcome to being a Tampa Bay sports fan. Welcome to being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. How many bad years have they had in their history? My goodness. All right, Chris Cole says 45-38 there on YouTube. I would give Baker 3 to 4 years, 42 to 45 million a year. If he balls out this year, he'll get over 65 million a year from another team. Yeah, but let's not go there. Like, come on, Chris. Let's not put that out there. Let's not put that into existence at this point. Like, who wants another team to go out and get Baker Mayfield? You want to see Baker Mayfield win a Super Bowl with somebody else? Not me. Doug Williams comes to mind, right? He won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer comes to mind. You don't want to see that. Steve Young comes to mind. No, we don't want to see that again, do you? I'm not saying he could, but there's certainly a possibility. It's happened in the past. Could it happen again? Do you want to repeat history? Not me. Not with a highly performing quarterback that's been able to do this the last 3 years. Again, 95 touchdowns, 37 interceptions. Nothing to sneeze about, guys. Not Charlie Batch numbers like some of you would portray. Yeah, I've had Bucs fans out there actually say that he's Charlie Batch. I go back to it. Izzy 47, one of the comments of the night. When was the last time the Bucs drafted an elite quarterback? Never. When they drafted a quarterback in Doug Williams, he led them to the NFC Championship game. You have to go all the way back, kids, all the way back to the 70s, 77, 78, 79, 79 NFC Championship. That's how long. 80s, nope. Had Steve Young. Let him go to San Francisco, win a Super Bowl. Oh, that's lovely. Great to see that. Doug Williams again with the Redskins. Win a Super Bowl. Great. Awesome. Trent Dilfer with the Ravens. Not Trent Dilfer. On the defense. Still won a Super Bowl. Right? Testaverde had success. Chris Chandler had success. I don't want to see that again. Sorry. Don't want to see it. I'm not up for that. Enough. Sign your quarterback. They'll make the decision. It's a good comment, though. When's the last time the Bucs drafted an elite quarterback? Never. How about never? Yikes. All right, let's go out to Instagram Live. Oh, look at that. My beautiful mother tuning in. Always love that. Sandra Nagel. I don't know why you're not on Facebook. She's on Instagram Live. She's everywhere. So thank you very much for tuning in. I know what she's going to say here in about 2 minutes. I'm watching the best sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area. I appreciate it. Your check is in the mail, Mom. There you go. Again, 40 to 45 million. Don't see it. I think it's going to be 50 million or north of that. That's just the way the market is. Unless he's giving some hometown discount. There's some crazy incentives out there. You know, how much guaranteed money is he going to get? I mean, is this the reason why in the first place, Bucs? Think about this, right? I give you something to think about. Like I'm ranting and raving like a complete and total lunatic. I like that word, right? I like that. I like lunatic. It makes me think of my friend.
Go away.
Yes.
Go away.
Yes.
I will hold the door.
I want to tell people that every day. Like I want that sound effect on my phone when I'm on the phone talking to customers. I want that sound effect when people tell me on social media how much the Bucs stink and how Baker stinks. I want them to go away. But just think about this. Maybe this is the reason why the Bucs didn't sign the big-time free agents in the first place, right? They didn't sign a Trey Hendrickson. They didn't sign a Lloyd because they were saving the money. They were saving the money for a purpose to sign Baker Mayfield to an extension. How about that? Huh? What do you Bucs fans think? 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You know, when you think about that kind of stuff, it kind of puts things in perspective. I don't know. Just a thought. It just popped in my head. Call me crazy. Let's go out to the phone lines. Trevor, welcome to the Evolution.
How's it going, Peter?
I'm doing great, buddy. My favorite night of the week. Happy
Hump Day.
Hump Day, my friend. In fact, Trevor, how do we start off this show? Come on, do it right. Get me pumped up here. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense and say it loud and proud, my friend.
Bring the passion. Bring the excitement. Just don't bring the nonsense.
That's what I'm talking about. And you said it with authority, so I like that. All right, what's on your mind?
You know, the Bucs have been on my mind a lot lately.
Yeah.
I watched Raise the Flags, and then I also watched the Timeline documentary on the 76 Buccaneers.
How about that? Did you watch the Trent Cooper interview that we had? By the way, Cooper was only supposed to stay on about 30 to 45 minutes. We went on for about an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 45 minutes with that guy. He is tremendous. So if you can, go back and watch that interview from last week, Trent Cooper from Raise the Flags, the director. We had him on. Yep.
Yeah, see, that don't surprise me, Peter, because like you're always trying to give the fans something, you know, to really enjoy. So shout out to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we did some good stuff last week. You did some good stuff this weekend here. We had Hardy Nickerson and Michael Pittman Sr. and Ian Beckles. Just had some great guests. Reggie Barlow was great. I love my guy Troy Hambrick, even though he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. You may be our Dallas Cowboy correspondent on this show. Pasco, Pirate legend there. Just love having him on. I mean, there's so many great guests. We got guys on from Caddyshack. I mean, if you don't like sports, you like sports movies, we had everything for you last weekend. So we got more coming here in the next couple months.
Yeah, and awesome, man. You know, like I want to talk about some of the past, and then I want to talk about like the current state of the Bucs, if that's okay.
Talk about it.
So like, I was watching, you know, I'm a Buckaholic, just plain and simple. Like, I go back and watch games from the freaking 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like I'm that invested into it. You know, I watched film on Leroy Selman. You know, he was before my time, but you know, I want to see for myself how great he was. I was able to watch games where Doug Williams was the quarterback. But anyway, I'll go up to the 90s, and I think you had Chichi Ahanotu on not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Did. Yeah, had him on a couple months ago. Yep, Chidi.
Right.
Chidi
So,
on, yeah.
you know, he made up an interesting point about Hardy Nickerson, about how he should be in the Ring of Honor.
Yes.
I 1,000% agree with that, because he's the third best linebacker in the history of our franchise. You got, in my opinion, the top three are, obviously number one is Derek Brooks.
Yeah.
My number two is Levante David.
Yeah, pretty good.
And then after that, who else? It has to be Hardy Nickerson.
I mean, I definitely think it's Nickerson. I think you could throw Shelton Quarles in there. He's also in that conversation. Yeah. Richard Batman Wood, he would definitely be in that conversation. I mean, there's been some good linebackers, but you're exactly right. Hardy Nickerson changed the culture of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He wasn't supposed to choose the Bucs. He chose the Bucs because they made a great recruiting pitch, and they had a coach, and when he told the story, you have to go back and watch the interview. And after that, they impressed him. He didn't want to sign anywhere else. That was tremendous. That changed the culture of that locker room. The Knicks starting to make a run now. Look out, third quarter here, just to update the score here really quick as I'm going back and forth, because my jacket is in the way. 87-72, San Antonio, 157 left in the third quarter. So as we always say, the game is never over. Can somebody play defense at this point? And it looks like they cannot, because they're letting the Spurs do whatever they want to. All right, go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if I was the Spurs right now, I'd just give Wemby the ball and get out of the damn way.
Well, they tried to give him the ball. Two straight 3-point attempts, and he bricked them both. And then San Antonio just stole the ball. Good pass there on the outlets. Missed layup, follow through there, and a foul on the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I'll say one more thing about the finals, and then it's back to the Bucs.
Yes.
Wemby needs to get his tall ass in the paint and start dominating the paint. Stop shooting so many damn threes. I know he can shoot the three,
right?
But his tall ass needs to be in the paint.
Well, that's the modern game. That's the reason why a lot of people have turned off the game, because it's all about the three-pointer. There's no mid-range. There's no physicality. A big guy like that should be in post, but the post is non-existent at this juncture. It's all about shooting a three. That's what it's about. Shoot. Here's another three. Boom. There it goes. Spurs up now 90-72. That's what the game has evolved into.
Oh, so the Spurs are up.
Spurs are up over the Knicks. Yes, 1:34 left in the third quarter. Yeah, it's been an night for the Knicks.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there you go.
Sucks to be a Knicks fan. I'm not a Knicks fan, but
that's it.
Sucks to be a Knicks fan.
Listen, if I wanted to see somebody win, and it's crazy for me to say any New York team, it's because they're long suffering. I would go with the Knicks. But the Spurs, they could be the future. I mean, Wemby and everybody else, Castle on this team, they're tremendous. They are absolutely tremendous, and they just turned over the ball there. So Knicks get back the ball here as I'm giving you play-by-play of the NBA Finals. No need to go anywhere else. All right, go ahead, my friend.
Okay, so as far as the linebackers, like, you know, I definitely say Hardy Nickerson. It's a shame that he wasn't on that 2002 team. It would have been awesome to have Brooks, Quarles, and Hardy Nickerson be the linebacking core for that, but unfortunately, you know, he wasn't a part of that. But he was, you know, before there was Sapp and Brooks, there was Nickerson, and then Nickerson was a part of that culture, and he was able to pass down his knowledge down to Derek Brooks and everything.
Correct.
So yeah, he absolutely needs to be in a Ring of Honor. Dude was awesome. And then I'll talk more about, you know, what's going on in the current state of the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield. Here's what I think, Peter, about him getting an extension. I definitely think he's going to get one. And I know last week he talked and said that they're like miles apart when it comes to the numbers.
Nowhere close, yes.
They're nowhere close, right? Yeah. So I look at it like this. Jason Light's going to get he's going to get a deal done,
Mm.
whether it's before training camp or whether it's the conclusion of the 2026 season.
Right.
I just think he's not sure the number. I think it's coming down to how much money, because the way I look at it is he hasn't really given out one of these big time quarterback contracts yet. Because
Mhm.
even when we got Brady, we got him for the cheap based off of the market at that current time. Because
Correct.
what he got, 20? We paid him $25 million a year.
Yeah, he took less money. He took the Brady discount, but you're exactly right. I mean, it wasn't a big time major contract at the time. It was a Brady discount. It also helped the Bucs out tremendously where they were able to sign players. And I wish other quarterbacks would do that. But the reality of the situation is the market right now suggests that your quarterbacks are making over $50 million. That's where you're going to start.
Right. So I look at it like this. If Baker balls out, he's definitely gonna be paid top 1 money, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's mediocre, Jason's gonna want to pay him mediocre quarterback pay.
Sure.
But I don't see a scenario where he's not being re-signed.
So you would resign him, and it's your decision. Would you resign Baker Mayfield, or would you wait until the year's over with, or would you just cut him loose at this point after the year? What would you do?
No, so I wouldn't sign. I mean, I would sign him.
Okay.
Probably after the season. I'll be honest with you, because I feel like to a certain extent, based off of last season, us meaning the franchise, the front office has the leverage right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that Baker was hurt. The offensive line wasn't healthy. He didn't have much of a run game last year. All those things are true. However, just like the market is what it is for quarterbacks producing top 10 numbers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It works the same way when the quarterback isn't given top 10 numbers, meaning, hey, if your numbers fail off, then we can pay you whatever the market commands for said numbers that you're performing, meaning like, hey, if you didn't pass for 40 touchdowns this season, if your QBR was short, if your turnover ratio was high, like we have to take that in consideration based off of the salary that we're willing to give you. So I'm one of the ones, like, I feel like, yes, I would re-sign him, but I'm going to be honest with you. I want to see how the season plays out to determine what that number would be.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's like maybe franchise tag him and then work out a long-term deal, or maybe he balls out and you're like, okay, then we have to give him top 5 money. You know what I mean? Like, I would want to see if he leads us to the Super Bowl, hell, fuck it. Make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. But if he's playing mediocre,
right,
I don't believe in overpaying him either.
Of course not. And I think that's where you have to look at it. And again, you go off these comments from Jason Light during the offseason the last 2 months, it seemed like he wants to sign him, get it done. And then you hear from Baker Mayfield. And again, could this be negotiation? Is this, again, just business? Like Ian Beckel said, could definitely be business. And do I think that deadline stands? No, I don't. But listen, if they go into it and Baker's not happy with the contract situation and the Bucs are not happy with giving him that, and they go for a prove it kind of deal, and Baker balls out, then it makes the decision easy because the Bucs still hold the cards. They can franchise him. You can sign him to a contract extension. And if he doesn't, then you can decide if you're going to keep him on this team or you're going to move on at this point. Because if it doesn't work out, then, of course, there could be some wholesale changes. I don't want to see it, but this is what the reality of this situation could be. What else, Trevor?
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll just say one more thing about Baker.
Yeah.
I want him to be our quarterback long term.
Okay.
As a Bucs fan.
Okay.
I know that he had some ups and downs with us, but I think that call me crazy, but I think if we build around him and build a competitive roster, we can win a Super Bowl with Baker. That's just how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll get it done. I'm pretty sure he'll be a Buccaneer. This time next year, we'll be talking about how he's going to play for us next year. So I don't see a scenario where he's not our quarterback.
Yeah, I definitely think there's no situation where that's going to happen. The Bucs move on. He's still going to be under contract. I don't think he's going to be a holdout. And I definitely think that if anything, if he doesn't get signed to a contract extension in this offseason and the next couple of weeks, that you could see a more dangerous Baker, right? You could have the guy that's playing with the chip on his shoulder, and that's where you want Baker Mayfield to play sometimes. Trevor, appreciate the call. Use the second one if we're still on. All right, my friend?
Yes, sir.
All right, good stuff. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. D444, I definitely miss you out there. Thanks a lot for tuning in there on TikTok. As always, we'll go out to Instagram Live. Abraham V. Cherry is tuning in. Appreciate that. We'll continue to read comments. The question of the night. It's real simple, Bucs fans. Yeah, I'm a rocket scientist, but I had to put this out there because all I heard in social media, and we'll probably throw this out there all off season. Are you signing Baker Mayfield or are you waiting on the deal? And then also the third choice, are you cutting your losses? 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Brent says we are the only fan base that believe a quarterback on a sport team is a franchise quarterback. Laugh out loud. Look at how he's played, Brent. I don't care about his past. Stop bringing up the past. This is what Bucs fans want to do to put that narrative out there. They want to bring up his past with the Cleveland Browns, which, by the way, he played his ass off for a team, for an organization that didn't appreciate him through an injury and still won a playoff game. So let's talk about that. Let's go ahead and go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You on the Evolution?
Hey, Peter, this is Tristan.
Tristan, I knew I was going to hear from you. All right. Here we go, my friend. I know you're a big-time critic of Baker Mayfield, so the question is very easy. Do you sign Baker Mayfield, or do you wait until the end of the season, or are you willing to cut your losses? And if you are willing to cut your losses at this juncture, who are you going after? Once again, welcome to the Sports Web on a happy hump day.
Oh, okay. Well, I like to go for a seven-letter word score, if I may.
Are you gonna buy a vowel while we're at it here? What am I, Alex
If I may.
Trebek? Oh, go ahead, buy a vowel.
Yes. Jason Light is in a quandary.
Quandary. There you go. Spell quandary, by the way.
Quandry. But I digress.
You digress. So you at the big words tonight, Tristan. I like this. Go ahead.
Yeah. So essentially, Light put himself in a bad spot when he signed the initial deal with Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
And it's the same thing he did with Shaq Barrett. So far, Baker Mayfield is his career has a trend to it.
And
He's been to the once every 3 years, he has this incredible season to where it's like, man, Baker Mayfield is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not so much. It kind of goes back to something which I heard a broadcaster say one time, that there's players who are good until you put expectations on them.
Okay. That's
and
fair.
right now, Baker Mayfield has expectations on him.
Tristan, can we also say that the reason why Baker Mayfield is so up and down during his career is he's never had a consistent coach, let alone a consistent offensive coordinator? Is that fair too?
No, we can't say that's fair,
Whoa,
Peter, because we can look
now.
at teams like Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts. He's had 5 different coordinators in the same breath, just like Mayfield
and
had.
he hasn't performed
success.
He has not performed that well with those changing of offensive coordinators. Quarterbacks, listen, this is what the good teams do. This is what the great teams do. They keep their coaching staff intact. They keep their offensive coordinators. And I know the Bucs couldn't do that because of coaching jobs of Dave Canales and Liam Cohen and whatever else. But the good teams, they keep their offensive coordinator around a while. Look at the Kansas City Chiefs for all those years with Patrick Mahomes. What was the constant? Andy Reid and who else? Who is the other guy that was there as a running back coach?
Eric Bieniemy.
That's right. Eric Bieniemy was there as an offensive coordinator consistently. You didn't have a changing of an offensive coordinator every year. That's why they always talk about quarterbacks, how you can absolutely kill a quarterback's development being a young quarterback at the time.
Hold on, Peter. Eric Bieniemy wasn't the OC at first. Remember, Adam Gase was the guy who went to Chicago, and he was the OC first.
The greatness of Adam. I just attended Andy Reid at this point. But again, the point is that you have consistency there. You're not learning an offensive system every year. That's what Baker Mayfield has had to gone through. That's what he's gone through with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is what he's gone through his whole career. People go, well, why is he so inconsistent up and down? Well, you're learning a new system. You're learning a new offensive coordinator every year. Of course, that's going to hurt you. And then on top of it, you throw in the fact that your entire offensive line, besides Graham Barton, was hurt, right? And then with that being said, your wide receivers, I get it. People go, well, that's an excuse. And Jason Light even talked about it on the Ira Kaufman podcast there on Joe Bucks Fan. Great stuff there by the Sage of Tampa Bay, by the way. We'll get you back on the show here very soon. He's not going to use injuries as an excuse, but it was a thing last year. It was a big time reason why the numbers weren't there. Just my opinion.
Now I remember I said every 3 years. Now injury has also been a factor in each of those scenarios in his career.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clearly there's an injury history. So now is the guy who has to write a check, considering what we can say that the minimum for a franchise QB right now is $50 million.
Yep, that's what it is.
So if we're saying that it's $50 million, and you got guys, look at the young guys that we drafted. The old line is basically going to be up. Tristan Wirfs is coming back up for another bite of the apple.
Well, he's got his contract extension. They got Luke Gedeke. They got both of those guys taken care of at this point. I mean, I get it. You've got to have a quarterback, though. I mean, if you're going to move on from Baker Mayfield, because it certainly seems like you're looking at where is your decision at this point? Are you moving on from Baker Mayfield? Are you waiting and seeing what he does this year, or you're cutting your losses and going with the quarterback or drafting? Because the Bucs haven't been able to draft a quarterback in years. You have to go all the way back to their inception of when they were able to get a quarterback in Doug Williams. That's how far it's a crapshoot, too. It's a real big-time crapshoot. For every Drake May, there's a Zach Wilson, or there's a quarterback out there. You're like Tua. Hey, like, has Tua ever realized his potential? Has he ever been able to do that?
But at what point does it become potential, and it's who this guy is?
But that's what you're looking at right at this point. You know what you got with Baker Mayfield, whether you like it or not. You don't know what you got with Baker Mayfield? You know you got.
Okay, so he's been here 3 years, right?
Uh-huh.
So in 2024, Baker Mayfield put up 45% of his entire stat line the last 3 years he was here.
41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. He was his best year at 71 completion percentage. He also
since he's been at Tampa, he's thrown 95 touchdowns
and 37 interceptions.
Yeah, so that 1 year made up the bulk of his stat line with Tampa Bay.
I mean,
the other 2 years, he's been mid.
What's the difference? The difference is you had an offensive coordinator, a play caller that could get the best out of Baker Mayfield, right? And then he moved on. And what happened 2025, whether it was injuries or not? He suffered. His completion percentage went down. His touchdowns went down, whether it was injuries. There's so many factors into it. And like, this is like the problem. Like, we could sit here and talk about numbers until the cows come home, but there's other factors. And you know this.
I get it. I get it. And I'm in line with it, because I can't advocate for Todd Bowles without advocating for Baker Mayfield.
Correct.
So, and this is true but here's the same thing in the same breath. Let's say we do resign Baker and he has a hell of a year this year.
Uh-huh.
The problem becomes, what if they take the OC again?
Well, I mean, it's a good problem to have. Right? I mean, it happens. That's what it happens. I hope they don't take the OC again. But if he has a good year, then first he's going to get a contract extension if he didn't already get a contract extension, which I think he'll work on. They'll work on getting it any day now. And a couple of weeks from now, they'll get this done. We'll be talking about it here on the Sports Web. But let's say, theoretically, it doesn't happen like that. And then you lose your offensive coordinator. You're exactly right. Then you lose your offensive coordinator, but Baker has a good year. Then you re-sign him to that extension and you get an offensive coordinator to fit. I mean, that's the main problem here for me, though. With Baker Mayfield's career, it's always going to be incomplete, because I'm always going to say, what if this guy was under a system where the offensive coordinator was there for more than 1 year? What if he was there for 2 or 3 years? Will we see a different Baker Mayfield? Who knows? You're never going to know, because every year the poor guy is going through an offensive coordinator. And that's not how it works. And anybody says that's a normal thing. That's not how it works. That's how quarterbacks lose development. That's the reason why quarterbacks are inconsistent in the first place, because they don't have the same offensive coaching staff, the same system. You have to learn different terminology. He's going to have to learn different terminology. Hopefully it's like Liam Cohen's offense. That's what they want to get back to because that's how he had his most success. What else, Tristan?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, but
Okay.
the problem becomes, and this is where it becomes light problem, right? And now where we have Baker is his age says he's more of a journeyman QB right now or a bridge quarterback. Like you don't really sign free agent guys to be the franchise guy over 30.
Mm.
And that's kind of like where he's at right now. Sure, do I think that he's earned a pay increase? Yeah. Do I think that he's earned top 5 money? I can't advocate for that. Now, the problem becomes, and where I point the finger at Jason Light is Kyle Trask. We should have got rid of Trask a year earlier than a year later.
Why?
And we should have had a succession plan in place for Trask, much like they're doing with the Rams. That's kind of like that. To me, that's a beautiful thing they're doing.
There's a beautiful
to where
thing
they have
doing.
Insurance against the quarterback.
They're mortgaging their future. They just signed an older quarterback who may not last through the season at $55 million. They've gotten rid of all their draft picks. They're putting all their eggs in the basket. I get it. The Bucs have been through this before too. This is where the Rams are going. But what happens if it doesn't work out? Are they still in a beautiful situation? And everybody's saying that Ty Simpson is going to be the future because Sean McVay, you don't know if he's going to be the future of that team. Yeah, it could be the future. He could come in and be a bust. He may not be the quarterback.
But
future.
they're not betting on Ty Simpson. Remember, they have Stetson Bennett back there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God, he can't even stay sober. Are you serious? We brought up Stetson Bennett from that guy is dead drunk right now. He's falling down.
How did he look on the field though, Peter? The kid looked good when he played last year. When he played
for Georgia, you look good. Well, you look good for the Ram. I mean, if they wanted to move, listen. If Stetson Bennett. You'd rather have Stetson Cologne than Stetson Bennett at this point. If they wanted Stetson Bennett as their future quarterback, they wouldn't have drafted Ty Simpson. Now, come on now, Tristan, stop with the nonsense.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. But follow me here with that same logic. I present a case so I can present an argument.
All right, fair enough.
The problem becomes now is if we agree that next year with Archie Manning, there's going to be a pretty good quarterback class next year. Can we agree on that?
We can agree on that, but we can also agree that Arch Manning may not necessarily be everything that he's as advertised. He may be, but are the Bucs bad enough to get one of those quarterbacks? That's what you have to think about. And if the Bucs aren't bad enough, then they have to trade up, and then you have to mortgage the future for a quarterback where, again, it's a crapshoot. I mean, this is. It's great conversation. It's great thought process, but there's something behind it. The Bucs have to absolutely suck in order to get one of these top quarterbacks. Can we agree with that? And I don't think the Bucs are going to suck this year. Do you?
I don't think they are either, but I do. I'm not naive enough to not recognize that we have a lot of young talent we're depending on. I
agree. So let's let it cook. Let's let Baker cook. And if he doesn't cook, then the Bucs will figure it out and see where they go. So you're moving. What's the decision for you, Mr. General Manager Tristan? Are you going to sign him to an extension? Are you waiting until the offseason, or are you going to just let him go? Where are we going here?
Well, my train of thought would be you have to wait until the end of the season and see how it plays out.
Fair enough.
It has to be a proven deal. Calvin Cowherd said one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. You never double down on a bad decision. If he wasn't good enough for an extension last year, then you might not want to just go ahead and do it all willy-nilly. If he earns his money, he earns his money, and I don't think anybody can argue that.
Well, Colin Cowherd also just said that you got to sign Baker Mayfield. So there
he's not always right now, Peter.
Well, you just brought him up for the points at this juncture. Come on now. I just showed you. That man changes his mind more than your future wife. Come on now. Come on. I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. I don't hear wife.
No, I got you.
But, all right.
But no.
All right.
It's a good problem to have. Regardless, I think that Jason Light put himself in this position, and hopefully whatever happens, that it proves out to work in his favor.
All right. Good stuff, Tristan. Appreciate the call. Don't be a stranger on this show. Did you see all the interviews we did this weekend, my friend?
No, Peter, I'm watching, but we got the finals, and it's been good basketball this year. So, I'm enjoying the Knicks getting their ass whooped, Peter.
Well, I didn't know you were a Knicks hater, but I was rooting for the Knicks because I got a lot of fans that are Knicks fans at this point. But right now, it looks like the Knicks are trying to make a run. Let's see if the Spurs can play defense. Again, it's all dependent on the three. That's all they're looking at. This guy's trying to shoot a three from El Segundo there from Brooklyn. There, this guy's a three, finally hit it. How about that? The Knicks are right back in the game here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, the problem is when it comes down to Wembanyama, there's not enough beans in his maracha right now. So maybe in a couple of years, he gets some weight on his bones.
You know what it reminds you of?
He can work the post.
You know what it reminds you of? It reminds you of the Magic and their young team with Shaq. And Shaq was bigger than Wembanyama. But you know what the thing was? They had, they didn't have that veteran experience. And the team, I'm not saying the Knicks are a veteran team, but maybe the Spurs are just a year too early on this, and we'll see how it works out. But Tristan, appreciate the call as always. Continue to tune in here to the Evolution. Hardy Nickerson, Michael Pittman, Ian Beckles. We had Johnny B. We had Big Nasty. We're looking to have Big Nasty tonight, but he got sick, so we'll have him on a later date. But plenty of guests to come on here, my friend. Keep on tuning in, all right?
I watch on Facebook and on YouTube if I missed the show, so I'm always watching.
Love you, brother. Appreciate
For
you.
sure.
All right, man. I'll see you soon, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good stuff there. There's Tristan. We agree to disagree, but we have good conversations. I know we've yelled at each other before. He makes some good points. He does. All right, Bucs fans, open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go ahead and go out to the rest of these comments, and then we'll probably wrap it up for the night. Jalen Daniels has been looking good. Absolutely. Brent, Baker will be paid because the Glazers and Jason Light know mediocrity is okay with the fan base. Again, mediocre to me is not being able to win a playoff game, not win a division. That's mediocre. That's awful. That's doldrums. Yeah, again, the mediocre thing to me just bothers the hell out of me. Like if you're a Bucs fan for 30 years, I don't know what has changed from then to now that you think this is mediocre stuff. So I don't know. There's another three, and the Knicks are definitely now shooting lights out. They're making a run. Looks like 90. And you have to understand this right now. I got my orange Bucs jackets for some reason over there, and it's blocking the screen. So it looks like 97-86 right now. Knicks stealing the ball. Knicks making a run, and they're getting ready to take over this game. Got to wait for the fourth quarter with this Knicks team. Yeah, it looks like it right now because we're in the fourth quarter, and they're taking it to Wembanyama. There's Cat. Looked like he got fouled, didn't get called. 97-88, 6:31 left in the fourth quarter. Big time run by the New York Knicks. All right, Brent says when the Bucs pay Baker Mayfield, especially if they give him franchise money in years, get ready for a rebuild in 2 years. Why a rebuild? Why are we doing a rebuild? Why is there a rebuild? Why are we talking about a rebuild at this point, Brent? If you're giving a franchise quarterback money, you're giving franchise money to Baker Mayfield. Do you honestly think this is for a rebuild? Why? What are you rebuilding? What are you rebuilding to? You have the talent across all the positions at this point. What are you rebuilding? Rebuilding what? You're not old. Enough with the rebuild. Everybody wants to rebuild everything. Rebuild what? You want to suck for the next 3 or 4 years? You can't be patient enough to deal with teams that are 8, 9, 10 wins. You want to do a rebuild? Please. That absolutely sucks. It sucks. Mahomes is already breaking down and he won't even finish out his contract. Probably won't. $200 million. Get your money, Baker. Just like Kirk Cousins, who got paid and never won nothing. Baker would be the next one. I mean, quarterbacks get paid in the National Football League, right? So what did Brent Musburger say? Honey, let hopefully your son grow up to be a quarterback. I think it's something like that. Wish I was a quarterback. Something along those lines. Quarterbacks get paid. That's how it goes. Yeah, they get the most publicity. They also get the most criticism. I don't understand it. Every quarterback that's gotten paid doesn't win a Super Bowl. It doesn't happen like that. The quarterbacks that are being paid $50 million. Dak Prescott's getting paid $60 million. You're not paying him? Cowboys paid him. He hasn't won a Super Bowl. That's the market, whether you like it or not. Peter don't even care. He's trash. You will sing him anyway. Brent says the caller said franchise quarterback. He's on the 4th team. Get your money, Baker. Again, going back to like Rich Gannon. Everybody know about Rich Gannon? How good was Rich Gannon for the Raiders and John Gruden? What happens? Not every quarterback is going to develop like you want them to. They're not going to come in a rookie and just, knock it out of the park. Tom Brady, even with all the greatness that Tom Brady was, he didn't do it early. Yeah, you won a Super Bowl, his second year? But he wasn't what Tom Brady was his first couple years. He wasn't. He had to develop into that. Quarterbacks develop differently. What are we talking about here? Like 4 teams. Oh, so the Browns are a great example of that. The Panthers are complete and total. We're going to put that on him. They also had Sam Darnold. You didn't say anything about Sam Darnold not being there no more. Why? Because Carolina is a terrible franchise back then. They still may be a terrible franchise with the ownership. They got rid of Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. I guess Sam Darnold doesn't deserve a contract either because of the years that he had. Oh, he won a Super Bowl. Oh, guess what? According to fans like you, Sam Darnold wouldn't have been there. He would have been traded or thrown out. I wonder if you're a Viking fan. If you're a Viking fan right now, how did you like that? Right? Go back to Kirk Cousins and what he said against the Bucs when he torched them with that comeback. Right? When the Bucs were up big. What was it? 24-0 or something along those lines. And Kirk Cousins comes back. How do you like that? How do you think the Vikings fans liked seeing Sam Darnold be the starting quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks and win a Super Bowl? And even Seahawks fans, even analysts said, yeah, I don't know if Sam can do it because he turns the ball over too much. What if Baker Mayfield is that guy this year? As crazy as that sounds, I know it's crazy. Again, thoughts just, seeping in. Don't know where these thoughts are coming from because it's so late. But what if Baker Mayfield is the next Sam Darnold? You ever think about that? 3 by the Knicks. Wow, what a run. Knicks right now. What is the score of this game as I'm looking? 99-95 with 4:32 left in the fourth quarter as Knicks fans are going bananas there at the Garden. Knicks trying to come back. Taylor Swift is a Knicks fan or trying to be a Knicks fan tonight, so there you go. Chris Cole. Kittle said that Evans looks great in OTAs, but he looked great last year in OTAs and training camp. Still missed half the season. Yep, getting up there too in age. Brent says, yep, we get the injury excuse next year if he plays bad. Brent again, Sam Darnold took Baker's job in Carolina, and Carolina got rid of him. What's your point? Peter, stop with the numbers. How many of those numbers come in garbage time? It's not a good point. The numbers are the numbers. It is what it is. I'm sorry. You can try to cook the numbers all you want to, but the numbers are the numbers. 95 touchdowns, 37 interceptions. Go cry about it. Go cope about it. Go tell a psychologist. Go tell somebody who gives a damn about, it's in garbage time because we know it's not in garbage time. They're quarterback numbers. If you like it, you don't. Oh, well. Look at the record since he's been here. He's choked in every playoff game. Look at the record since he's been here. You've been a playoff team. Look at the record since he's been here. You've been an NFC South champion. Look at the record since he's been here. You're acting like he's the worst quarterback in the National Football League. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Whatever. Bridge quarterback, whatever. Winning 8-9, 9-8, your best was 10-7. Good, 10-7. Best is good. You don't win 13 games every year. You don't win 14 games every year. I'm sorry. The Chiefs didn't go to the Super Bowl last year. They didn't even make the playoffs. Get rid of Mahomes. Don't re-sign Mahomes, right? There you go. Josh Allen played with a broken foot, led his team to the playoffs. Guess what? He's an injury. That's an injury excuse that you just used. Guess what? Got a coach fired. Guess what? Has more turnovers than Baker Mayfield in the playoffs. Now what? Comparable numbers the last 2 years. Look it up. Trash time, say whatever you want to. Numbers are the same. The same. They've won exactly 0 championships with both of them. And you're a guy come on the show and want Kyler Murray, and the reason why you want Kyler Murray over Baker Mayfield is you say Baker Mayfield's a small quarterback. Are you serious? Are you serious? Please. You know I'm right. Hey, Peter, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no team is bringing in him as a franchise quarterback. All right, we'll see. Get your money, Baker. I ain't mad at you at all. Let's go out to David. If the O-line has a healthy season, Baker will put up kind of numbers he did with the O-line. 2 seasons ago, they'll make him cost a fortune. Good stuff there. Good comments.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you on that. Completely agree with you on that. Peter, you should be Baker Mayfield's agent. I wish I was Baker Mayfield's agent. I just look at the numbers. I look at what he's meant to the team. Talk to the players on this team at this point. Talk to them. Another 3 by the Knicks. What is the score right now? Goodness gracious, that jacket is in the damn way. So now it is 104 to 103. I'm going ahead of myself here because what I got right now is 104 to 100. So I guess the Knicks take back the ball. So 104, 103 right now. Knicks are right back in this. Let's see. Nope. That's out, and it goes back to the Knicks. They're going to make a 3 here. Just saying. Cohen calling an in around the 20-yard line inside your own territory was just bad. And Barton bad snap was a difference in the Washington playoff game. It had nothing to do with Baker. Thank you. Appreciate you. As always, Chris, bringing perspective.
Oh, yeah.
And he choked in every playoff game when the game was on the line and the ball in his hand. No, he didn't. Didn't he not win that playoff game versus the Philadelphia Eagles? Did he not win that game? I don't know. Did he win a playoff game at all? Did he win a playoff game for the Cleveland Browns? Once again, you sound like a Baker hater. You sound like a Baker hater. He will be 32 next year. That's why people are saying he's 32 years old. But it's inaccurate. If we're going to talk about a quarterback, please get his age right. Can we please get his age right? He's 31 years old. I don't care what he's going to be 32 next year. 32 in April. 32 in April, not now. He turned 31 years old. He's 31 years old. Not 32, not 33, not 34, not 36, not 38. He's 31. Knicks get back the ball. Oh, my gosh, he just missed the layup. Wow. All right. Looked like they were going to take the lead there. Just missed a critical layup. Looked like a dunk. Let's see. I don't even think this is a debate, really. Baker's going to get his bread with us. Yes, Christopher Cole. Brent, if Baker didn't choose the Bucs, he would have been a Ram. He would have led them to the playoffs when Stafford got injured last year, most likely. Those guys play with lesser talent around them. I don't want to hear the excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any excuses about quarterbacks anymore. If we're not going to make excuses about Baker Mayfield, we're not making excuses about other quarterbacks. I know Josh Allen just got his coach fired. Okay? There you go. Josh Allen played a conference championship game, was 12 seconds away from the Super Bowl. Didn't do good enough. Sorry. Didn't win it. I mean, if we're going to put it all on Josh Allen, or quarterbacks, he didn't do anything. I don't want to hear about the defense. It's all about the quarterback, all about one player. One player wins the game all the time. That's it. Josh Allen didn't get it done. Josh Allen's turned over the ball. Josh Allen got the coach fired. Very comparable numbers between Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield. Very comparable. It's interesting. Josh Allen's on the same team he was drafted to. Baker's on his 4th. What does that mean? 0. It means absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. That means nothing. Nothing. That is a nothing comment. Nothing. Allen has great running game and elite defense. Brent, Josh Allen would have won a Super Bowl with the Bucs. How do you know? Give me the lottery numbers. How do you know? Give me the lottery numbers. How do you know? Think about the defense get blamed for putting games in the Baker Mayfield's hands. It's not our money and definitely not our decision, but it'll work itself out. Brent says I would draft a quarterback in the 1st round because that's worked out for you so well in the past. Why not? Who would you draft? I'm curious, Brent. Who would you draft as your quarterback? Who would you draft? Just don't throw out numbers. Don't throw out names. Give me a name. You want to move on from Baker Mayfield? Give me a name. 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391. Brent, not with the defense. Baker didn't have a chance. That's why he took a $4 million deal. All right. Even with the defense in 2023, the defense is ranked 7th. Baker choked against the Lions when the game was on the line. Did he beat the Eagles? Did he have a good game against the Eagles? Just give him that. Baker ain't worth it. Brent, the Bucs pay Baker Mayfield $50 million a year. You can kiss the Super Bowl goodbye. Okay. Baker ain't worth it, says Christopher Gomez. Brent, again, Arch ain't that good. He's just a name. Now Arch isn't good. Peter, you work for the Bucs. What does that mean? That's like your comment of Josh Allen got drafted to the same team. What does that mean? Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. When is it 24-20 with the game? Oh, yeah. Here we go. 24-20. I gave Baker credit for the first half of the season. I was saying MVP. Great. You're now saying he's not. I will give him credit if he plays good. No, you won't. You won't give him any credit at all. You won't. There's no credit you're going to give anybody when it comes to Baker Mayfield. If his name is Baker Mayfield, you're not giving him any credit at all. And I don't expect you to do it. I don't expect you to do it. I don't care if you do it or not. Don't do it. Don't give the quarterback that's going to be the starting quarterback of your team and take you somewhere. Don't give him any credit. Please do me a favor. Please, 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 please. Again, please don't give him any credit. That's how we like it. That's how Bucs like it. That's how Bucs fans like it. That's how Baker Mayfield likes it. Keep on doubting him. Good job. Way to go. 4 team. Keep on saying it. Doesn't change anything. So other than Mahomes, who would take Allen, Jackson, Love, Prescott, Sunshine, Love, Tua, those clowns are getting $60 million and haven't won anything. I would take Baker at 45. I don't think Baker's getting 45. How much of this was in garbage time? So because of what happened in the past, we have to settle for being mediocre. Okay, I got you, Peter. I know it's hard. It's hard to believe. It's hard to fathom and swallow that you're a playoff contender every year. I'm so sorry for the tragic situation that is befalling you in your life. I'm absolutely just heartbroken and beside myself that you have to watch every year a team compete for the NFC South, be competitive in the playoffs. I get it. They're out in the first round, more than likely, but you know, they're there. They're there in the playoffs, right? No, let's go for 5-12. Let's draft first round because that's exciting. Yay. Tampa Toxic Tribe. My goodness. Brent, even at 50 million years, still better than choke artists Allen, Jackson, Sunshine, Love, Tua, Herbert, Burrow, and Goff. Dave, let's not talk about choke. Baker choked the entire second half of the season. Tristan. Baker statistically is the 7th-ranked quarterback over the last 3 seasons. It's not irony, but more indicative of the team in the same area as far as rankings. I get the need for a franchise quarterback, but how far off would the next man be up? That whiff on Trask is a lot bigger than we think. Trask. So what's your solution, Brent? Please don't say the biggest choke artist of all time, Josh Allen. He is a bum. Brent, Josh Allen is a bum, an MVP bum who has won nothing. He has won nothing. He's won nothing. What has he won? Tell me what he's won. Call me on the line and tell me what he's won. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. My gosh. Josh Allen would win a Super Bowl with the Bucs. Laugh out loud. That clown is a turnover machine. 4 fumbles in 1 game. Jeez, I will take Baker for $50 million a year over Allen, $62 million a year. Brent, Josh, are you related? Are you the agent of Josh Allen, by the way, Brent? You seem like you could be. Josh Allen got his money easy. Baker Mayfield still hasn't gotten his extension itself. It tells you all you need to know. Well, it doesn't tell you anything at this point. It tells you that he was a slow developing quarterback that finally got into a great organization that was able to build around him, unlike the other previous clown franchises that weren't able to build around him. Let's see. Baker Mayfield, 4 teams. Josh Allen, 1 team. Okay, we're going to go back to that. F the Knicks. This is what you get for attacking fans after the game. You don't deserve a chip acting like that. Yeah, I don't condone that. I don't think that's cool. Hardy Nickerson definitely deserves Ring of Honor. No question. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. 30 seconds left in the game. This game might be over now. 106-105. Spurs over the Knicks in a close one, so we'll keep you up to date on this. If you love them so much, why do you bother following the Bucs? Just go watch the Bills. Go to the playoffs. Watch Josh Allen choke Bills Super Bowl dreams away. Brent, I've been a Bucs fan for over 30 years, but I'm a realist. I don't make excuses for no player because I don't know none of them personally. It's not about knowing anybody personally or making excuses. It's about throwing out what it is. Was he injured last year? He had multiple injuries. According to Levante David, yes. Was the offensive line injured? Yes. Was the wide receivers injured? Yes. Did he have a great offensive coordinator? Has he had a consistent offensive coordinator his whole entire career? No. That hurts a quarterback's development. It's not a freaking excuse. All right, 2024 survey asked 103 players from around the NFL to rank its veteran signal callers based on 6 different questions, with Allen receiving the most votes in the overrated category. Sun Devil Dave, so he's first in something, being overrated. Sun Devil Dave, Brent, what about Sam Darnold? He went to his 4th team and won a Super Bowl, right? Bingo. There's the comment of the night. Let the truth set you free. Let the truth set you free. Let's see. Sun Devil Dave, $10. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Always good to get YouTube super chats as the Knicks got the ball right now. 30 seconds left in this game. We'll give you the play-by-play with the ball being thrown in here to, is that Brunson? Brunson's got the ball here. We'll go ahead and keep on reading these comments. Okay, got to pass the ball out here. Wow, looked like foul by Wemby. Ball is out of there. San Antonio goes in for a layup. Block by the Knicks. Knicks got the ball. 6 seconds left. Are you going to call a timeout? You're going to get over the line. They get fouled. 5 seconds left. Knicks down 106-105 to the Spurs. Always excuses. Is the game over with at this point? Let's see. Nope, it's up to date. Okay, I'm just asking for a viable option at this point. Yeah, I agree. How did Joe Burrow get to the Super Bowl with the worst offensive line in the league? I don't know. Have they gotten back? Has he been able to stay healthy with the worst offensive line in the league, let alone with the worst defense in the league? Is it one player that makes the team, or is it the entire team? You draft a quarterback in the first round, even if you have to move up. Okay. Who you drafting? Give me the name. Peter, you could have said the same thing about Jameis. What if he would have had a running game? You could say the same thing about Jameis, but Jameis didn't work out. They moved on and got Tom Brady at door number 2 and won a Super Bowl. They were right. What has Jameis done ever since he's left Tampa Bay? 0, nothing. Just like Josh Allen's done 0, nothing. Just like Baker Mayfield has done 0, nothing to win a Super Bowl. Both of those quarterbacks have won nothing. What's your point? Best solution would be to start over, draft a quarterback for 2027. Burrow did have an amazing season. Bengals O-line was the 4th worst. I agree with you. But again, you think the best option is to tank 2026 season and move up to get Arch Manning next April. King Cook, too much soft defense, too many 3-point shots. Easy buckets. Dave, people only bring up Doug Williams when they talk about the Buccaneers drafting a quarterback. Did anything about Sean King? You took the Buccaneers just as far as the playoffs as Doug did. He had, one good year? 1-2 good years. Was he good? He was okay. He wasn't a franchise quarterback. Let's go. Baker is not worth the risk. I would draft a quarterback in 2027 and get a new head coach. Yeah, because that's what you want to do. Want to start all over again. Really, when did Baker on the offense have garbage time? Because the last 3 years, our defense hasn't been able to stop nobody. It's been a battle, the whole group. So how many garbage time games has he had? Good point there. Let me go ahead and go out to these comments here. Let's see. Yes, I would do better. And look at that. The Knicks just hit a shot. 107-106 with 1.2 seconds left. The Garden is going crazy. Let's go out to Corey. Corey, welcome back to the evolution of Sports Talk Television on a happy hump day edition, as this Knicks game is just ridiculous. Jerry Seinfeld looking go, what is going on? What's going on with you, buddy?
Man, happy hump day, Joe Campbell, man. Hey,
Hump day?
Yes.
I ain't even watching what the Knicks doing. The Knicks about to go up 3-1.
They're about to go up 3-1. John McEnroe saying, you can't be serious at this point, and you can't be. 5.7 seconds left. I'll give you the play-by-play here. Brunson in the backcourt, 3, and then a rebound by one of the Knicks players. I'm trying to think of who that is. Just swooping in. And he's running full force, tip, the little kiss right on the rim there. And the Knicks are up 107-106 over the Spurs. Tremendous.
Oh,
who is
Peter,
that?
Peter, we cannot let New York City win a championship, man. Them people ain't gonna know how to act, man.
They don't, but I'm happy for Knicks fans because they've been long suffering. They haven't won a championship.
It's been about 60 years. What, it been about 60 years?
1973, my friend, the last time they won an NBA championship. Yes, sir. And it was Anobi there. Anobi with the tip. With 1.2 seconds left, and Knicks, the whole Garden just erupting, just going crazy because the Knicks, the majority of the game have been down outside. Knicks fans, hopefully not beating up Spurs fans anymore. By the way, opposing fans, stay away from New York opposing fans.
For real.
They're not nice people.
For real.
We'll see here. Spurs get the inbound here with 1.2 seconds left. So let me see if this is up to date. Here we go. We got the live action. So stand by here, Corey, and then we'll get out to your thoughts. Knicks fans standing. Let's see. Inbound. Oh my God. It's over with. The Knicks have come back. They've won 107 to 106.
Oh my God.
The ball, they had a play, and the guy looked like he was going to get fouled. He went up, and it's over with. The Knicks win 107 to 106. They take a commanding 3-1 lead in this series. We'll see if they can close it out in Game 5, of course, in, I believe, San Antonio. So there you go.
Peter, all you going to hear is word is born. Word, son.
Word, son. All right, son. I've got plenty of Knicks fans out there. I got a boss from Smart Financial, Richard out there. I'm happy for him that the Knicks won tonight. So, so
it's pretty much over, man. 3-1 ain't coming back.
Yeah, but it's a good series. You never know, my friend. You never know. That's why you play the games. So what's on your mind tonight, Corey?
Well, what we talking about tonight, man?
What are we talking about? We're talking about
the Bucs.
We're always talking about the Bucs. We're talking about giving Baker Mayfield a contract extension. Does he get the would you give him a contract extension in this offseason?
Now you know how I feel about old Baker, man. You know how I feel about Baker.
Well, I mean, or would you wait until the offseason, or would you just plain out cut your losses at this point and move on?
I think you got to go ahead and extend him, man.
Thank you.
I'm looking at it right now. I mean, to me, he's not. How can I put this, man? It's like it's not always a lot of these quarterbacks. Not everything break down and go straight to scramble drill.
Yeah,
Baker kind of go to a scramble drill, but he do have the arm talent to make every throw. And a lot of these quarterbacks coming in the league, they can't make every throw. You know what I mean? It's just like,
right.
One read, I'm running. You know, at least with Baker, you know, he could process a little bit.
Right.
And I mean, I think you could go far with him. I don't know if we'll ever win a Super Bowl with him. I don't know.
Remember, let's look back at it. I know it's a regular season game, but then they go to Seattle in a high-scoring matchup there where Emeka Egbuka looked just as good as Jackson Smith and Jigba there, and Baker Mayfield showed out. I mean,
yeah, that's the thing. That's why I say he need to be. He need to be. I don't think there's no better quarterback out there right now we could get.
People are trying to tell me Josh Allen's better than Baker Mayfield, and I would say look at the numbers the last couple of years here. They're very comparable, and then furthermore, Josh Allen ain't. He just got his coach fired, did he not?
Right, yeah. And threw him under the bus.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. He another scramble drill. He just want to run around.
That's it. Yeah. There you go.
Right.
So
right.
All right.
Baker got arm talent. You know, rather. I just wish he had Tom Brady mind, man. He just ain't got. If he had Tom Brady brain, oh man, we'll win so many Super Bowls.
If every quarterback had Tom Brady's brain, I think you win plenty of Super Bowls. Tom Brady is just he's tremendous, right? I mean, just tremendous.
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So what they say? They fall apart on reaching the deal.
Well, the deal is that they're far apart according to Mayfield. They're not anywhere close. But there is a deadline at this point. I think the next 6 weeks before training camp, they need to get something done. And if they don't, then he's not going to negotiate.
Well, let me ask you this, Peter. Do you think he don't play good because he's going through these negotiations right now?
I don't know. No, that's not Baker. I don't think so at all. I think distractions are not a part of his game. I think it's going to come down to him being more motivated. I actually think it's actually a gift that keeps on giving. It's what makes Baker Mayfield, right? It's what we love about Baker. Get your weight up. He's going to have that chip on his shoulder.
It's time to pay him, though. It's time to pay him.
I agree.
Come on, man.
I agree.
We've been getting a deal. We've been getting a deal for a minute, though. It's time for him to get his money.
I agree. I completely agree.
What you think? You think it's going to take away from other areas of the team? What if he get that lump sum of money?
I mean, you know how I feel about the cap. I think it's the national debt, right? I think you can find money if you want to find money. This Bucs team, every year the cap goes up in the National Football League. Jason Light and Mike Greenberg are complete Jedis over there. They know how to work contracts and do this. And listen, this is what I threw out there. The reason why you don't sign those big-time free agents in the first place in the offseason and a Trey Hendrickson and, of course, a Devin Lloyd is because you're saving that money. You're putting that money aside for players like Baker Mayfield and Yaya Diaby and stuff like and extensions like that. That's why I think you're
Right.
not signing those big time extensions, because we know Jason Light. We know this all too well. If his players perform, then he's going to take care of them more likely than taking care of outside guys. He's going to take care of his players that perform for him for this organization. Period.
So you think Big V to go get one more deal?
I think
Did
so.
they do that?
I mean, I definitely think he'll get one more deal. I don't know how big of a deal it's going to be. Maybe a 1 or 2 year deal, because he's getting up there in age at this point.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying.
they have Elijah Roberts. They have Kalijah Cansey. They have DeMonte Capehart. I mean, they prepared themselves. So I think Vita Vea will definitely get some type of contract extension. I can't see him not being on the team. But where do things have happened? If you start to see him decline and he's not playing, up to his potential, maybe the Bucs move on from him. But there's a reason why they didn't sign those free agents in the offseason. And now I'm convinced that because they want to sign Mayfield to an extension. Just my thought process. All right, what else?
All right, I'm gonna let some other callers get on, but I mean, I personally believe, like, right now the Bucs. I don't want to go ahead with a rookie. I mean, if we win, we go get like later draft pick, and I don't want to draft no quarterback late in the late rounds, man. You know what I mean? Coming out of college. So
doesn't necessarily always work out.
I think we need to go ahead and deal with Baker, man. Run it with Baker.
That's running with Baker. That's it. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. All right, man. Be safe.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. As always, Mr. Corey right there calling up. I think we'll wrap it up right there. Let me read this comment here. I can tell you're a Baker guy. So what? Big deal. I'm a Baker guy. I want to see stability on this team. If a quarterback's producing like that the last 3 years for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, do you think I just want to see that go to another team and win a Super Bowl? No. Pay the guy. I know, James. I just watched it. We just updated it.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell's the matter with you?
Yes, I watched it. 107-106 New York Knicks. So Knicks fans tonight, rejoice. Stop beating up opposing fans. That's not good. It's not good at all. Don't do that. You like to lose. I like to lose. I don't think I like to lose. I think the Bucs have won what? How many NFC South crowns? How many playoff games they won? At least one playoff game. I like to lose. I don't think so. I think you like to lose. Maybe, but I don't like to lose. I'm a winner. That's what I do. I win. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up right there for another edition of the Sports Web. Remember, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Do 3 things here on a happy hump day edition. Remember, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Bucs Latest on YouTube every day, 11 a.m., 5 days a week, 10 to 15 minutes. We'll talk Buccaneer football. 3 things. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. We'll see you next time here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. As we always say on this show, Go Bucs!